Good morning, everybody. Thank you again for joining us. Now we are on part three of our topic with technology and automation, this time focusing on kind of growth within the industry and how technology and automation is leveraged through there. Last week, we spoke about labor management. The biggest takeaways being that technology has a labor control at the store level, offering granular visibility into hourly cost management, and also at the home office level, really how technology has been used in recent times to either supplement home office personnel or allow for scalability. Last, I think the biggest takeaway for us was the capabilities in the market that offers a consolidation of technology systems, which has the opportunity to reduce IT costs, management time, decrease human error, data transmission, and subsequently streamline reporting. Again, my name is Brad Bertram. I'm with RASI. I've been working in the industry for about 25 years. I'm joined by Don Kreye, the Director of Partnerships at Delaget, who has over 30 years worth of experience in sales and marketing. He's also spent the last 4 years of his career with Delaget to establish value-added partnerships with other technology vendors to service franchisees in the restaurant space. Joining him, again, is Mr. Don Bai. Don is a client success manager at Delaget, has over 25 years of experience in restaurant operations. He's been with Delaget for the last 7 years and works with both full service and quick service clients at Delaget. Guys, thank you all for joining me again today in our part three of technology and automation.
Glad to be here.
Thanks, Brad.
Definitely. So this week, and I guess really to wrap up the three-part miniseries, I wanted to talk about growth. So I guess what we see as the future of the industry, and we'll look at it, I guess, from at least from what I thought as three unique perspectives: financial growth, also looking at acquiring or building new locations or acquiring existing locations as an expansion type model, and then last but not least, also the I guess brand diversification. We're seeing a lot of new emerging concepts these days, and existing franchisees are, I think, finding an opportunity to hone in on those brands that are successful through COVID with takeout delivery models. And let's kind of go through each one of those individually. Starting today, I guess, Don Kreye, if you don't mind me asking you, how do you see individuals in the industry leveraging technology and automation to drive, I guess, financial growth?
Yeah, thanks, Brad. I think when we see, expansion, because we're seeing a lot of our own clients that are purchasing additional locations or building new locations or expanding into new brands. What's happening is they're acquiring a lot of new technologies in those brands. And so, if they have one brand, they may be, acquiring, 5 new systems or 6 new systems when they're making acquisitions. And so as they're growing, they're gathering more systems, more data, and they're looking for ways to consolidate systems versus create more systems. So, that automation and technology really is about, looking at your current systems and where can you consolidate some of those systems versus taking more on and trying to manage more.
Awesome. Don, I guess from your unique perspective from an operational side of things, how do you see technology and automation really impact the financial health of, I guess, of franchisees or restaurants business right now?
Well, I'm going to say accuracy and timeliness. So automation can speed up the time it takes to create reports and also the financial statements, which provide the clarity on where your opportunities are. It also provides insights into your business faster, giving your management team direction on where they need to spend their time and also allowing management to react faster, changing the end result.
No, I couldn't agree more. Of course, from our perspective, working within the financial realm of the industry, we see a lot of times restaurants are either looking at a period end or, and I guess even worse, a month end financial statement. And quite literally, if you're waiting until 2 weeks after the reporting period to look at your cost of goods sold or your labor cost management or anything else, then you're pretty much stuck rearranging deck chairs while the Titanic's sinking in some ways. So I appreciate all that. From a different perspective, and I guess looking at it, another phase of growth, I think restaurants and franchisees are, especially those with good cash flow right now, are finding that it's a good opportunity to either build out new locations through rooftop construction, or also look at it from the perspective of acquiring existing locations from other franchisees. Have you seen franchisees recently scale themselves through the use of technology and automation, or have those that embraced technology services been more successful as they've added rooftops?
Yeah, I have, Brad. I think automation's allowing operators to focus on managing where it can directly affect revenue and guest experience. Instead of having to hire and train and recreate new systems related to growth, automation's allowing the operator more time to be active in the operations and ensuring that each guest gets a great experience in managing the KPIs for their business. So overall, it's a win-win.
Yeah, and I'll just add on to that, Don, that, from my previous answer that, as these franchisees are looking to build more locations or make acquisitions or evaluating all the different technologies that are currently in those systems or in those locations if they're acquiring, and what technology they're going to potentially need to add with those new locations. And so just going through that process of, where can we consolidate information? Where can we work with less vendors versus more, and where can we consolidate the amount of data or the different locations that we're getting data from, again, versus trying to manage all that themselves.
No, I couldn't agree more. When you're finding bits and pieces about your business from fragmented systems, you're never really going to get the full picture, and that's going to really prevent you from being, as successful as you should be, especially now when cash flow and really just finding sales. And on top of that, as we talked about last time with finding the right staffing, there's a lot of different areas of focus right now, and having a system that works within itself to provide you visibility is extremely important. Tying into that with brand diversity, we mentioned that there's a lot of new concepts that are really hitting the ground running that found success through COVID, through drive-through takeout type models. These emerging brands are really establishing themselves quite well. Are you seeing existing franchisees stretch their legs into new brands, or if you have seen that, how can proven systems assist them with growing into these new brands if they're looking into that?
Yeah, Brad, choosing a third party that has experience in working with the different POS systems, one that knows how to translate the data for your team and also familiar with the brand's KPIs, it's important. If you do choose one that's familiar with those KPIs and the data, there's no downtime, and your team's going to have direct insights into the KPI for the new brand. It also gives you a single source of truth for the data, and it keeps your teams focused.
Agreed, Don. And when I think it's so important when you're going through that acquisition process, or building new locations, or diversifying into new brands, to clearly understand what the systems are that they're using. And again, you're going to be acquiring a lot of new technology into your current technology, and looking to consolidate that information. There's a lot of different ways to do that. There's a lot of different organizations that can help you consolidate technology and consolidate data that makes it much simpler to manage, because as you're getting into different brands, getting good data on KPIs and performance is so critical to your success, and being able to do a lot more with less is really critical to your business success.
I agree. I think the consumption of data and being able to kind of merge all these different points of information coming in from multiple concepts or multiple locations on the input side, but also having that output from a financial reporting side is extremely vital. There can be a lot of stuff in the middle, but the input and the output is always the area we want to focus on for financial health and really just understanding the business. That's where our unique position from a financial perspective also works. And we want to look at it from a holistic business perspective, being able to manage multiple concepts, but all the while being able to drill into individual store performance, because the goal at the end of the day is we're able to keep the store level management accountable for the decisions they make, especially as it impacts food, beverage, and labor costs. With that, and kind of talk about a little bit who we are at RASI, guys, if you don't mind me asking you, kind of what's the holistic perspective of Delaget, or really how can delegate services be leveraged as a means to provide strategic growth for today's franchisee?
Delegate, we have different modules at Delegate, and one of them that's geared towards a growing franchisee is Delegate Coach. And that brings together data from across your business and displays it in an easy to read restaurant dashboard so you can find and act on issues faster than reporting alone. We specialize in multiple POS systems and different brands, so we're familiar with those KPIs and how to translate those to your operators, making it easy to understand and gives them clear direction on where to go.
And I think the second part of our business, and thanks for asking, is our Delegate partner marketplace. Delegate is a very robust marketplace of providers that are using Delegate data to provide their services, whether it's outsourced accounting, payroll companies, earned wage access, video surveillance, scheduling, etc. Delegate's the one source for all those organizations to get their data. So the franchisee doesn't need to worry about how that data is going to be absorbed and digested by those individual outsourced providers. And that's really, the trend that we're seeing with large franchisees, that they want to consolidate that data. They all want to come from one place. They don't want to manage it anymore. And that's the real value that Delegate can provide.
Definitely. Thank you, Don. I appreciate that. And of course, we at RASI love being a part of the Delegate ecosphere, the easy street type structure that works with a number of franchisees throughout the country. For us, and a little simple close on who we are at RASI and why we exist. Our goal is to really empower operators to make proactive decisions and profitable decisions alongside that, by engaging them, not just with technology or software, but a partnership centered around education and training. In the end, the goal we have as a partnership between Delegate and RASI is to bring you not only the people, but also the capability to drive your own successful independent or franchise restaurant. So for everybody listening in, when you're ready to talk and learn a little bit more about why we work together or what services we have as a capability in the industry, feel free to reach out to me, Brad Bertram, at bbertram@rsiaccounting.com, or Don Kreye, Director of Partnerships over at Delegate, at don.kreye@delegate.com. That's don.kreye@delegate.com. Guys, this has been a lot of fun coordinating these conversations, and I think we've had some really good topics over the past few weeks. I appreciate all the insight y'all been able to bring to the table, and I look forward to when we can do this again. Thank you for taking your time out of your day to participate.
Yep. Thanks, Brad.
Thanks, Brad.
Absolutely. Well, everybody listening, thank you for joining us. Stay tuned next week when when John Bigovich will be meeting with Adesso Lending to really talk about the second round of PVP and the funding opportunities that we're able to provide through our partnership over there. Y'all have a great day, and cheers.